Jason Palliser here, and on this video we're going to be talking about, should I text message a seller? Is that important? Should I be doing that or not doing that? So we're going to talk about text messaging, and I'll slant most of this video towards that. But interacting with a homeowner, right? Deals don't close without some sort of interaction, right? So specifically though, in today's world, 21st century here, we're talking about sending a text message to a property owner. So there's a few things about that and a few nuances that you need to consider so that you're doing this stuff the right way. So the first thing I'll tell you is this: everyone responds differently to different forms of communication. So I just want to make sure that you guys know and understand that people respond differently. Some people love text messages, right? And we're going to get into that in a second. And by the way, if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell so that you're notified when we drop more good content for you, because it's our goal to turn you into investment monsters, right? And be the best investor in your particular city. But again, so people, we're talking about text messaging, and simply, and I'll broaden this a little bit just to interacting with a seller in general, right? Everybody responds to different types of marketing. So what you need to understand is this: you should be on every lead, every good off-market lead that you have. You should be at the very least on your end, because you can control what you can control, right? Control on your end what you do. Control in this sandbox here that we're talking about, meaning send them a text message. Okay. Now we're going to talk about that, and you need to understand a few things here. But send them a text message, because a lot of people like to respond to text. Why might that be a good idea? Okay. One, if they're aged 50 or below, which for right now, even though I got some gray hair, I still fall into that category. I'm getting closer though. Maybe not. Maybe I am. Who knows? But anyways, yeah, close enough, right? So most people have no problems interacting via text message, right? So if you have a form of communication that you know is going to be on the device that they carry around with them, why would you not do that? Because every time somebody responds to you, you can make 50 grand, right? We're here to invest and close deals and be a solution for homeowners, right? It's borderline irresponsible of you not to send a text message to good off-market leads where you have their phone number. Okay, so the first thing I want to establish is that if you can, you could, then you should, and I would encourage you to send them a text message. Okay. Having said that, let's peel that back a little bit. One, we've established that you should, because a lot of people will respond to that. Two, here's the second reason you should. Sometimes, and I'm saying it tongue in cheek here, people don't, if they don't know you, they don't really want to interact with you and talk to you voice to voice. Now that I say sometimes, most of the time they don't, right? They don't know who the hell you are. So why would they want to be on the phone and you're chewing up their day, right? So a nice way to interact with homeowners is to use what we have in today's world, which is sending them a text, because now it's going to live on their device. And at some point, here's the fun part. At some point, you know they're going to see it. So that's why a text message can be so powerful, right? Is that it's going to follow them around on their phone that they carry with them until they're, at some point in time, they're either going to clear your text message out, but you know that 99% of the time they're going to see it. That's why this is so powerful. Okay. They may avoid your call. They may avoid your voicemail, which is their God-given right to do, but they may ignore your text message as well, but you know that they're going to see it, right? If they don't know your number, they may just automatically delete it. If they don't know your number on a text message, I'm willing to bet that they click it and glance at it, whether they delete it or not. That's why it's a powerful form of communication. So most people that are under 50 have no problem doing that. Okay. Having said that, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. If they're over 50, 60, 70, 80, you can send them a text message. I already established that you should, but a lot of times the chances of you getting them to respond to you via text message when they're up there in age it starts to shrink and diminish a lot, right? And Mike's laughing because it doesn't happen a lot. Here's the thing. They'll still see it. And I'm going to use my mom as an example. So I hope my mom sees this video. Good luck getting her on YouTube. I doubt it. My mom will receive a text message. Okay. And she may respond, but she's not going to respond back to me via text message. So what I want you to understand is this: your effort, you control what you can control. Put your best foot forward, send a text message. You can't control on the other end what they do or don't do, but there's also going to be a large segment of the population that you hit using a technique via responding to sellers and reaching out to sellers via text message, okay? That they'll get it, but they won't respond to you via text message. But then when you call them a second time, a third, this is where I do agree with gurus to an extent. Hey, be consistent. So then when you're being consistent, you leave them a voicemail, you call them a second time, a third time, or fourth time, as you should. If it's a good off-market motivated lead, you got to follow up better than everybody else. And when you do, then you're the one that makes the 30, 40, 50, 60 grand, right? But when they've seen your text message, they kind of know who you are. Sometimes they'll even flag you for later because maybe they do want to talk to you, but just simply right now that they don't want to expend the energy, or they're not in the right space to do that with you, okay? But now when you call them later, you get a voice, or you leave them a voicemail, then they respond to you later. So should you be text messaging sellers? Abso-freaking-lutely. And the younger segment of the population, a lot of times they prefer. We've closed deals start to finish. Are you listening right now? When we do a 2-day blueprint, so most of you know, I think all of you know, that we build how to attack your market, any city, 30 different ways to identify homeowners that need help, and teach you on the backside of the 2-day blueprint on day 2 how to negotiate and structure deals that other people can't and close a lot of deals, right? We show you how to do it without a budget, but we show you inside that 2-day blueprint how to run this like a machine. Part of it is what we do on text messages, what we say, why they work. We show you, hey, we closed this deal start to finish. We didn't even talk to them one time. It was all via text message. So is it a powerful mechanism for you to close and win deals? Abso-freaking-lutely. So should you be doing it? Yes. Having said that, what do we do? Let's get into a little bit. And again, I'm not going to pull back the entire curtain. We teach you that in the 2-day blueprint. And if you want information on it, go to the number 2dayblueprint.com. The number 2dayblueprint.com. You'll see what our peers say about what we've done to impact their business. I think a couple of them on there are the hedge fund people that we work with say, hey, they helped us close thousands of properties in a short amount of time. And then you can also schedule time to talk to us personally. I personally take most of those calls. I do my best to take 80-90% of all those calls. And we talk to you about your city, your business, what you want to do, and where we can impact it and how we can help you. But one of the things that we teach you is how do we respond on outgoing messages and incoming messages to us? How do we respond and do that dynamic back and forth via text message? So we show you that. We pull back the curtain and what to say, what to do, what to type, okay? So here's something that you may want to consider. Give them options that make it easy on them. Okay, you're simply trying to get somebody to respond because maybe they're a water disconnect, maybe they're a code violation, maybe they're a pre-foreclosure, maybe they're delinquent 2 years on their tax, maybe it's a probate situation. Okay, all the different ways out of 30 different ways that we get off-market properties. I'm just naming a few, and we just simply want them to respond. So make it easy on them. Meaning this: when you're reaching out to them, you have a high degree of certainty that you think that's the right phone number, right? Probably is, but play the wounded kitten, which is, hey, I'm not sure. Hey, I'm not sure if I have the right person or not. But I think you might be the owner of 123 Candy Lane. I'm very interested in potentially buying your property, and I love the area. If you could just let me know either way, because I don't want to bother you, whether it's your property or whether you're interested in selling or not, I really, really just appreciate you just responding back to me, and I certainly would love to buy your house. Something like that, right? So you say, let me know either way. Okay, for you not to do that, here's why. Oh yeah, it's my house, but I don't really want to sell. Okay. Hey, it's my property, but I really don't want to sell it. This is why every video you watch, if you stay to the end, we give you some better nuggets. Okay. Most of you and the investors that, like, we're doing a 2-day blueprint build out for investors across the nation this weekend. We're live streaming it. Experienced ones, and we have some this weekend, I think, are closing 15, 20 deals a month. Most people are closing 0 to 3 and want to go to 5 to 10, whatever. But by and large, we infuse better technique into what they may or may not already be doing, right? One example here. Here's an example for you. When they say, hey, well, yeah, I do own it, but I'm not interested in selling. Here's a technique that works, whether it's live on the phone, certainly works via text message. Hey, are you certain that you don't want to sell? The reason I ask is that when we love an area, which we do love this area, a lot of times we can overpay for the property. If you have any interest at all remotely think about selling, we may be able to overpay for the property. It stops people in their tracks. When we do 2-day blueprint, on day 2, we also do phone calls live in front of our clients, and they literally watch several of us calling at the same time. Once one homeowner answers, everyone else shuts their phone off, and you watch us take these calls live. We also show you what we do via text message back and forth. It's all about responding back and forth and getting a response out of them, right? So we have them stop in their tracks. What do you mean if I can overpay? Yeah, so if we love the area, sometimes we can overpay. All of a sudden where they said, no, I'm not interested in selling. I'm like, what do you mean? Just like sometimes it's instantaneously. And so this is just giving you a few extra tidbits to be better and sharper than your competition and to spark the conversation. So what we do is we just simply try and work them into a point. Yeah, you know what? If I get 10 minutes to see it and we like it, sometimes we can overpay. Then when we get there, then we just negotiate like we normally would. But where they said think about this, most people would just give up, like, oh, they're not interested. We just said, even if we can overpay, and now we're at their house, now we have an appointment. And it's just because we got past their first initial objection. So hopefully that's resonating with you. Does text messaging work? You bet you know what it does. Mike, I almost said a bad word. I'm bad at this, folks. I'm very bad at this.
I got my finger on the bleep button.
Yeah, he's got his finger on the beep button. So they try to corral me. It's very hard to do. If you watch the other videos, some of them they had to blur out some things. I'm not going to say what I did, but But having said that, text messaging works. It's your responsibility to do it on everyone's phone number that you have, and because you can make 50 grand. And again, you're trying to be a solution for people, right? Some people respond to it, some people don't. But at the very least, you're on their phone that they're carrying around with them. So use that to your advantage, and use some of these bonus tips and techniques that I gave for you. As always, we love your feedback. Give us your comments, any questions you have. We're here to help you. And if you want to see more about what we do to help people close 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deals a month without needing a big budget, then simply go to the 2dayblueprint.com. See what they say and schedule a call to talk to us. It's free. We'll reverse engineer what you want to do. You tell us your income benchmarks, and we'll talk to you about what we can do to reverse engineer that. So hopefully this is impactful for you and helps you out. Use it to your advantage, and let us know when it unlocks some victories for you where you become a solution for somebody and you get to deposit a good amount of money. Okay? Because that's what we're here to do, turn you into a super investor. Talk to you later. See you on the next video. Bye.